Hi, my name is Katia Simpson, and I'll be sharing how what happens when you don't necessarily have an exit plan in place. This is my impact story. So I am a only child of divorced parents. They were divorced for over 25 years. My father, when I was 21, my father got unexpectedly sick, and so the family was called. We're going to the hospital, and as his next of kin, I was called to make decisions regarding his health care. Thank God that I had aunts and his sisters were very, open and allowing me to make those decisions. However, my father did not have any advance directives as to how he would have liked his care to go. So I'm 21, not really understanding all of the medical terms and things like that, and I was called on to make decisions regarding my father's health care. 10 years, fast forward 10 years down the road, he wasn't getting any better. So he had a nice stint of time where he was, fine, but he didn't really get any better. He actually started to get progressively worse. And our family began to have conversations regarding, helping him get care. He was living on his own and helping him to get care with some assisted living care. Before that could happen, he passed away. And unfortunately, we hadn't gotten anything in place to execute his final wishes. So I'm about 30 at this time, and I've just lost a parent. He didn't have a will, and the will that he did have was handwritten and outdated from 1995. That was the only thing we had to go off of. So I ended up having to go to the courts, go to the Register of Wills, prove that I'm next of kin, prove that I'm his only living daughter, prove that my parents were divorced, in order for me to receive, clearance to help execute his estate and his final affairs. It was really tough. I'm very grateful for Rhonda Green because I would not have known how to do any of that. I wouldn't have known where to go. So I was able to do that, prove that I was his next of kin, and I was able to go ahead and execute his estate. So it's really important to ensure that your family, you have shared what it is that you would like in writing. My father had assets that we were not able to secure or reconcile because he had made deals with other people that were not associated with our family. Not having a will or an advance directive can cause strife in family and confusion. So when those things are clearly outlined, really, no matter what it is, it makes things easier because that person has already predecided. My mother, they have been divorced for 25 years. My mother was still on his government benefits. And so by law, she was entitled to that. And that caused strain and strife within our family as well. So I'm wrapping it up to say that it's important to have those things in order. If you have children, it's important to have them have a certain level of security because it's already sucks. It's already bad that they've lost you as a parent. But you also do not want them to have to scramble, find papers, find out who is really for them in that time versus trying to get something from the deceased. So it's very important to have advance directives, power of attorneys, and all that paperwork that's involved in the exit plan. I'm so grateful to Ms. Rhonda and First Baptist Church of Glenarda, at the very least, for the information. Because if not, I don't know where we would be.
Hello, my name is Christopher Maxwell Sr., and I'm a single dad. And I am so grateful for God, as well as Ms. Rhonda Green, for stressing to me the importance of the executing our exit plan strategy. As we know, life is so uncertain today as well as tomorrow. And when we do transition to the next life, it is important that we put certain procedures and things in place so that our families and our children can rest assured that when things do go wrong, that they'll have something very organized. It'll be very specific. It's very helpful. And now I can rest assured that now I can sleep easy knowing that my affairs are in order and that my children and my loved ones will be secure. So when I was executing my strategy, my exit plan, Ms. Rhonda Green was very helpful. She explained to me that it's important for you to make a living will. Also, there's a statewide forms that you have to fill out, which is very easy. It was very a smooth transition. I actually got it done in an actual day. But you first have to make sure that you select the right family members, people that are close to you that you can trust, to be able to, know that they're going to handle your affairs when you do pass on to the next life. Miss Rhonda was very helpful. She was very knowledgeable about what to put in place. She's a certified notary, so the process was very smooth. And walking away from that experience, it was a relief. I felt the weight lifted from me. Whereas though, my dad had his affairs in order, so I wanted to definitely follow that model. And Miss Rhonda just made it so smooth and so easy, and the process was a great process. So it's very important that you do get your house in order, because when loved ones pass away, sometimes if things aren't put in place, it causes a lot of confusion. You don't have the funds, you don't have the right people in place. So I urge everyone to please don't procrastinate, don't take this lightly, because as we know, today is not promised, yet alone tomorrow.